Okay, so Jeremy of the quartering fame, got drunk again. He's not supposed to do that, because last time he peed in his basement and made a fool of himself, but, well, he made a fool of himself this time, not just in front of us, but in front of, that No guy. What is it, Andy No? What's his name? Yeah, Andy No. So this will be interesting. This is just a 11-minute super cut of all his dumb bullshit while he was drunk streaming.
Hello. Use promo code old what's his name for 100% off at your local
Oh, he's gonna be racist in this. Just so everyone knows, he's racist in this. So trigger warning for that.
Target in Memphis tonight. Half the country had to burn for George Floyd, a drug addict, spousal abuser, terrible human. Wisconsin.
Hey, Jeremy. Maybe no one should be murdered by the police when they're not a threat to anyone in the moment, regardless, because we have a justice system, and if you think someone's done something illegal, then they go to court, and then it's determined there. Extrajudicial killings are fucking murder.
That has how many black people? Are you kidding me?
Oh boy, gotta go back so you can listen to that one in full. Devil Summoner Marie says Fred Rogers once said in an interview with a gay friend of his, Dr. William Hirsch, that sexuality must be on a spectrum and I must be right smack in the middle because I have found women attractive and I found men attractive. Ooh.
They're terrible human. Wisconsin has how many black people? Are you kidding me? Have you heard of Milwaukee? It's like the third most dangerous city in the country. If this happened to Tim, I would have grifted like 3 or 4 videos.
He literally sounds like, I've told you guys, I saw American History X for the first time recently. He just sounds like the skinhead main character from American History X. He just sounds like him. Maps and Mimic says cops aren't supposed to kill guilty people either.
Videos on it. Mm-hmm. Stop paying him money to defend me. Pay me money. I wouldn't be worth canceling him. Lloyd, I actually don't think so. Is Tim Pool bald? Yeah, super bald, bro. Full cul-de-sac. CEO of Black Rifle Coffee just texted me. My plan tomorrow is to reach out to Eliza Blue's father. I'm not playing around. People think I'm bald, but I'm not.
Oh, this part's painful. This part's painful. I want to be clear. Hey, Jeremy, this was your choice, not mine. Let me be clear. People go bald. People go bald. People lose hair. People's hairlines go up. That's fine. My hairline's higher than I would like it to be. It's one of the reasons I have bangs. And sometimes they're not covered all the way, but it is what it is, you know? I'm not in denial about these things. I think it's the denial that's the cringe, you know? It's fine. People go bald. Happens all the time. But don't lie about it.
Look, you know, like, I'm not bald, you know, like, it's, you know, I mean, I mean, I don't know. I mean, here's the thing about Nicole Arbor. She must be one heck of a lay. So sometimes if you walk around all day thinking everyone else is the asshole, sometimes maybe that's just you. Yeah, I just, you know, like, I don't really give a crap about a lot of these, like, e-hoes. E-whores. Last time I tried to quick pee on stream, it's followed me around forever. But what I'm...
Don't pee on the floor! Profane Priestess says, speaking of Rogers, a month or so back, TERFs were trying to appropriate a song Rogers wrote about girls growing up to be women, and I tell ya, as a trans woman who grew up on Rogers, I saw fucking red. How dare they try to claim such a kind, gentle man for their side? Mr. Rogers is probably the only person who was, you know, around during, like, the 70s, you know? That was what, I mean, obviously he was around before that, but, like, that's when he's very famous from, is the 70s and 80s were kind of the heyday of Mr. Rogers, though he did it through the 2000s, close to his death, actually. I don't think Mr. Rogers would necessarily understand being transgender initially, but you know what I do know about the man? Is that if he were suddenly alive and teleported and he was sat down next to me and I got like 20 minutes to talk to him and explain it to him, he would be accepting of it. He fucking would. He might not understand it, and that's fine. You don't necessarily have to understand it. You just have to accept it and love people for who they are and respect people and their identity. And I think he would understand that. So anyone using Mr. Rogers to push any kind of message of, like, hatred is so gross.
What I'd probably do is just run downstairs and make myself a beverage.
Yeah, get more drunk, Jeremy. That'll go well.
Well, Sydney says I can't drunk stream, and she's my boss, so.
Is Sydney his wife? Is he mad at his wife again, so he's getting drunk in his basement?
Oh, I'm gonna come, Paul. Stupid Sydney told me I can't drink on stream anymore. Ludo sad. Okay, grabbing a refill. Dance, magic dance, magic dance.
Relevant shirt. H. Baird says, the man who played Officer Clemens was also gay. Apparently Mr. Rogers suggested he was wearing women's clothing to feel better. He try wearing women's clothing to feel better. Good people are good people regardless of era. Yeah.
Magic dance. Where are you?
I love that song. Dance magic, dance magic, dance.
Andy.
Don't drink and stream, people. Don't do it.
Kick him in the nards. Wolfman doesn't have any nards.
Monster Squad.
So let's go here. Go here. Holy shit, Andy will be looking good. You add a lot more legitimacy to the stream.
A number of years ago, the Bundy family, do you remember when they like took over?
He scored 4 touchdowns in one game. Did you know that, Andy? I know you're not going to get that reference.
I don't. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm talking.
Al Bundy once scored 4 touchdowns in one football game.
Why are you making... What is this circumstantial speech? You're just randomly fucking talking about Married with Children? What are you doing?
Pokai rules. It's from...
He's so goddamn drunk.
Married with Children, which is before your time, but whatever.
Oh, I'm not referring to that. I'm very literal.
You're in the zone. I know.
makes
You're
me
in
a
the
good
zone. It's not
journalist.
liberal conservative. It's like an old show.
Literal. He said literal.
Literal.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
literal.
yeah. Oh, literal. Yes, you are literal.
Yeah.
That's a fact, too. And they're not just liberal. They're far left. Cory Bush and Talib, who's married to her cousin or something like that. I don't know. But like, there's some people who talk about that. In and Out also says, by the way, thanks for your work, Andy. You have bigger balls than anyone in the media. He does. I've seen them. It's really uncomfortable to see them in real life. They're really huge. And it's a little weird. Hopefully you'll stick around for like maybe 20 minutes because, we'll get Tim's audience here in a few minutes. And
You
I'm
can
like,
tell how uncomfortable he's making him.
huge grifter.
Like, even if you're gonna get drunk on stream, which I don't recommend, also getting overly drunk on stream is against Twitch TOS. You can drink, but if you get, like, drunk, like trashed, that's against Twitch TOS. Because it's basically modeling destructive behavior for viewers. But, like, don't do an interview. Definitely don't interview someone while drunk.
So, remember, I don't know if you remember the woman famously known as Moldy Locks. She was a woman with dreadlocks who was famously like just punched out by a guy.
And there was a family that drove in. A black girl was shot dead by some black men there. And this just kind of illustrates
They don't report on that, Andy.
it illustrates the tragedy.
I recognize that like my struggle is not their struggle. But it's interesting when I look at it and it's like, dang, these movements seem to continue to attract people that just want to be garbage people. Yeah, I think it's a suspicious timing. As an average white guy, it's not great footage. Get a drink, dude.
I have I'm from here. Thank you.
Okay, take a drink. Like I don't give a shit.
Drunk people
because...
telling non-drunk people to drink more always makes me so uncomfortable. I say this as an alcoholic who hasn't drank in quite a while. Ugh.
Whatever. Like I don't play this tribalism stuff. There are a lot of people.
Jeremy, your whole channel is tribalism. It's your entire brand.
Well, they were.
You're one of your big selling things is anti-woke coffee. You literally have like a bullshit coffee brand which is literally just he buys beans in bulk from another company and slaps a custom logo on it. Which is whatever, it's fine. Just saying.
Resisted, so whatever happened, they deserved it. No, my opinion is like I've been in I've been in interaction with the police where I feel like, you know, I was wronged, or you know, they were like coming at it, but like that shouldn't be a death sentence. When I talk about like when reporters talk about the left even talks about privilege, there's one thing we agree on, and that is money is privilege. And when you are super rich, you don't pay the same price the rest of us do. And this particular footage in Memphis is not good, and in my opinion. All 5 were arrested. That's true.
Charged with murder, by the way. And
Fork Void with 31 months says, 2 months sober, you helped by sharing your experience. Oh, I'm really glad. Good for you.
I mean, the response
But they
was
were black,
incredibly
Andy.
quick.
They were black.
Do they still not understand the point is that when people are upset about situations like this, first of all, they're upset about the culture that even leads to cops feeling like they can do and get away with stuff like this. Second of all, I think the entire, like, unit that those cops were a part of is known for being fucking ridiculous and doing shit like this. And third, the issue is normally people don't get taken seriously when they report cops for doing shit like this. When we talk about cops like this, the only reason these people have been arrested is because it was caught on camera. That's the problem, okay? The problem is that this should be the norm, is that, oh my god, cops did this terrible fucking thing, immediate arrest. And that normally doesn't happen. I'm glad that those cops have been arrested. I'm glad that they're going to trial. That should always be the case.
So it automatically discredits it. I want to riot.
Fork Void with 31 months says, 2 months sober. I just read that. Duh. And Baja says, Hannah will be 2 years sober March 25th. I'm so incredibly proud of you, love. Thank you.
Andy, I want to riot.
But the narrative...
But don't you think they want to riot anyway? Right? So...
Of course they do.
Yeah.
Of course they do.
Okay, so
This is the thing that I don't think right-wing people understand. I don't know if they're being obtuse or their unit was disbanded. They were called, like, Scorpion Squad or some fucking weird LARPy bullshit. Disgusting. Oh god, I lost my train of thought. Where was I going? The thing that he's going to talk here about, like, looting or rioting or whatever. It frustrates me so much when this sort of stuff is framed as, like, oh, they don't really care. It's opportunistic, like, stealing, basically. No. Listen. Riots and stuff happen because people feel unheard. People feel that their plight is not being listened to, and it ends up just blowing up. If you have a social situation where people fear they're being oppressed or treated poorly long enough, and then situations happen where that becomes even clearer very suddenly, like in instances where cops get caught on camera brutally beating someone to death, and then just, like, laughing about it, like, yeah, that's gonna be a powder keg situation, and people emotionally lash out and react just to hurt. They are hurt, so they want to just cause destruction and hurt others. I'm not saying that's rational, but it's not a rational act. It's an act of desperation. It's an act of, I am so not in control of the world that I live in, and I am so put upon by the systems that be, that fuck all of this, fuck everyone, fuck this fucking everything, and you just take and do whatever. Like, that's what happens. If the social contract gets broken for you over and over again, and it's made clear that society doesn't give a shit about you, and they're not listening to you trying to redress those claims through official channels, the only thing you can do is throw rocks, basically. I'm not saying literally, I'm saying metaphorically, throwing rocks at the system, and just making things uncomfortable for other people just so they pay attention. Just so you get noticed, because no one is listening. I don't know. It just frustrates me the way that these people talk about stuff like that.
Let be known, Andy No agrees with me. Big improvement, big endorsement for me. Support Andy No. He's on Locals at ngo.locals.com. Not a great URL, Andy. But that is actually his last name. It's not short for NGOs. It's no, because this is his last name. And chat is telling me to shut up and let Andy talk. That's what I'm about to do. But what I want to say is, like, it's funny watching the narratives where it's like, oh, it's 5 black cops. Oh, they were all arrested. So racism. Oh, I stole these sneakers for old what's his name, because they literally arrested these 5 guys, charged them, and like, what else do you want? But
we would like that to be the norm. We would like that to be the norm.
they want
And also, an environment where cops don't feel like they're gonna get away with shit like that would be great.
to riot no matter what. Yeah, this was 100% discount code. You know, it was 100% discount code, whatever. They didn't. I always say on my channel, it's like, oh, I'm stealing these sneakers for old what's his name. I mean, like, it's like Code Floyd would steal 100%. You see these people rolling up into a Target or to a Best Buy or to whatever and stealing this stuff, and like, yeah, but this is because of white supremacy. It's like, no, you're just a criminal who wants to get a lighter sentence because you think you're fighting the system. Nothing about white supremacy caused people to roll up to a Target and steal 6 flat screen TVs.
Holy fucking shit, I hate this man.
The reality is, we're talking about a bunch of rich, privileged white people who are burning down cities in the name of
burning down cities.
black
Still haven't heard a single city that was burned to the ground. They keep saying that.
whatever. And so
Someone burned a Wendy's down. That means all of Portland is a smoking fucking crater.
we see this in Atlanta. We see this in Seattle. We see this in Portland. We see this in
Hydrate.
Memphis. I feel like there's probably a confliction in the Memphis because every single cop is black. So they're probably like, oh, well, we can't say white supremacy. Like, I feel like
They are though. They are though. By the
I
way.
know, of
They
course
still
they are. Yeah. They're white, but they're black. But like, I feel, but it's true. That's what they say, right? And chat. by the way, all
No!
of you-
Why? What is with right-wing people and just making up fake straw men? They're just like, I don't know, let's imagine a thing someone I don't like said. All right, they said it. No, they didn't. You made it up. Bittergrain with 100 bits says, what, you've never heard of Neverwhere, New York, or Elsewhere, New Mexico? Both gone now.
people in chat are like, shut up, Jeremy. Let Annie talk. Buy his book. It's called Unmasked,
Elminato says, Wendy's is an icon of the city. It's like losing the Library of Alexandria again. Like the Library of Alexandria, but full of beef.
in
The beefery of Alexandria. The Library of Beefexandria. The Library of Alexandra Beef. Beefy Library. Library beef.
if you just Google, if you just
Someone make something out of that.
Amazon Unmasked, you'll find it. And get the hardcover. Don't be a cheap
Beef Prairie. The Beef Prairie of Alexandria. There we go.
fuck. Go to ngo.thelocals.com. I'm sorry, ngo.locals.com and support this guy. And Andy's been a real homie, and I think obviously he's deeply he loves me deeply. He's trying to convert me. He's trying to, get me to snuggle with him and all these types of things. My chat loves you, dude. Andy was like, yeah, they love you. It's all 100% positive. Dude, I bring you on my show, on my chats.
Gnome Pickles says, darn Fictionville, it's in ruins. Woke mobs demanding you name your pronouns or suffer having your hair dyed into a rainbow. For free? I'll get that done. That sounds nice.
Like, oh, shut up, Jeremy. Andy's here. Andy has always been a 100% real G. Here I am. Andy, no. Excellent guy. I love Andy. He's so nice. People say I'm drunk. I'm not drunk. Bro,
His hat says coal, guns, and freedom, by the way. Tea with Goblin says, Newsflash, white supremacy works on a structural and institutional level as well as interpersonal ones. Black people can buy into a system that marginalizes their communities because they gain individual power and or profit. That's why racism and capitalism are two sides of the same coin. Black cops have families to feed too, and I'm sure Candace Owens walks homes with a fat check.
It's 9 o'clock, homie. Andy is like a legit 100% real G, you know? Andy is a real G, you know? I love Andy, and I hope people follow him on Twitter, and I hope people tweet at him and say, Andy, thanks for going on Jeremy's show. Let me read the super chats. Harry Toe 1 says, you couldn't show respect and be sober when talking to Andy. No, fucking relax.
Discord and Vol says, look, the big box store is A, uninsured, and B, emblematic of the parasitic relationship between these small enclaves and the economy as a whole.
Pax Max says, Jeremy, time for coffee brand coffee break, for fuck's sakes. Get it together. Yeah, that's probably true.
Watching Jeremy self-destruct on stream shouldn't be as fun as it is. I'm terrible. I'm a terrible person.
Shane D says, I know the national pass in Wisconsin is drinking. Bro, it's Friday night. It's 9 o'clock. Get off my dicks, you know?
It's 9! He'll be passed out by 9:45.
Adam Sellers, nerd, let's shoot. You want to fucking shoot darts with me?
I'll have you know, even in my alcoholic days, it took until at least midnight to get this drunk.
Bro, come over.
Maybe 11.
Over to my house right now. Adam, text me. I'll give you my address. Come over to my house right now. I will fucking destroy you. I've never actually shot darts on my home board, but I want to see your fucking stupid face. I miss you, buddy. Jeremy, a little bit tipsy, but good to go for another 2 or 3. Oh, child, please. It's 9:18. Adam Sellers is going to show up here. I'm going to shoot this fucking loser in darts.
I know, he's too drunk for his chat. And I think chats are normally pretty fine with you being inebriated if you're, like, funny. But Jeremy is just a fucking mess.
And then I'm going to drown him in my fucking hot tub.
Like, someone who's a little tipsy or a little drunk who carries themselves in a certain way can be kind of funny, you know? There's some stand-up comedians who perform a little drunk, you know? And they're kind of funny. But, like, this is sloppy. No one likes to watch the sloppy drunk. It's just gross.
With love. Not really. Adam, bro, bring your fucking wife's big old boobs and bring her over to our house. I want you to meet my German Shepherds. Adam knows. Adam has my number. And he's super chatted. That's why he's a real G. Yeah. Adam Sellers, it's 9:20. I think you could be to my house by 10. I want to see your wife's big old boobs at my house in the hot tub. Hot tub's toasty, ready for you, bud.
What the fuck? So that's what Jeremy's been up to. He's doing great.